Back in the city where crews spent the day in Trinity Bellwoods Park inspecting trees. This after a large branch struck and killed a woman just last week. Let's head there now. That's where our Dale Manukduk is standing by. Dale, this story and that woman's death just shocked so many people. Can you tell us more about the work being done now?
Yeah, Shannon, city staff have been doing visual assessments of high priority trees. So those would be ones that are near pathways or park benches or picnic tables. They've been, in some cases, pruning back the canopies of trees just like this one. It's a Siberian elm. I spoke with an arborist today who says it's a twin of the tree that had that fallen branch last week. That one is right over here. You can see that it's been removed and there's a small memorial for the woman who passed. Now, the arborist that I spent time with in the park today, he was also here last week when he personally identified this tree as problematic. So he's pretty happy that it's since been treated. Caution, trees are coming down. That's because there is a reason to worry. Parts of the beautiful tree canopy pose a real threat. Last week, 71-year-old Pari Nadimi was hit by a falling tree branch in Trinity Bellwoods Park, resulting in a brain injury that she died from on Thursday.
I think it's a bit challenging to be present on a daily walk and looking up. It's not something you should have to think about.
And you see them out here now, they're running around cutting down all the branches. Well, it's a little late. It's like closing the barn doors after the cows have gotten out.
The tree that broke last week has since been removed, and city staff continue to perform a visual assessment of trees located in high-use areas of the park.
To also check in on how the maintenance is going and to make sure that we are reviewing our practices around tree maintenance to ensure that our parks are safe for all users.
In a park like this in downtown Toronto, people are underneath the trees all the time. I mean, that's where people go, right?
This arborist is not with the city but has 20 years experience. Last week, he noticed issues with some trees that have since been addressed.
A good, preventative measure to prune back that branch. This is going to be the side of the tree where there's much higher risk. So that's what they're trying to do, is mitigate that risk. So definitely a good call in this case.
The city says it performs inspections of more than 5 million trees throughout the year. And despite those efforts, incidents like the one last week can happen even with healthy trees. Urban trees in high-traffic parks like Trinity Bellwoods are more susceptible to failure. People are constantly walking around them, biking on constructed pathways, even motor vehicles driving nearby. That causes the soil to compact, making it challenging for water and oxygen to get to the roots, resulting in weaker trees. Now, Shannon, the death of Pari Nadimi is what sparked this express maintenance of Trinity Bellwoods, but there was another man in 2016 who also died in this park from a fallen branch. So very critical work being done here. Tait, the arborist we heard from there, he says that the visual assessment is just the first step in the process, and once city staff have identified high priority trees, they'll need to use equipment to further assess the risk. Shannon?
Thanks, Dale. He's reporting for us from the park tonight.